This is what I like to see. Full House of Legends servers means it's active today.
I just finished that bitch over, it's expensive, guess I'm smoking, you could tell just by the older you. I've been giving a cold shoulder for these niggas, I don't know them, they just hit me because it's my year. I got different types of clothing, it's that drip you ain't unfolding, it's some shit that I ain't even wearing.
W7 here with a quick video. This is going to be how to do a bounty train. And the reason I'm making this video, I've been running into Omni raids recently and I noticed my numbers look like this. And I'm not trying to flex, I promise. I'm just showing that I'm pretty much taking all the damage, which tells me that there's a lot of new people out there. You know, the devs giving out the free CR skip and all this other stuff. They're trying to get new players back on this game, so hopefully this video can help you new players. So the first thing when you do a bounty train is make sure your inventory has more space than I do. You don't want to be in the beginning of your bounty train and you're telling yourself to wait and you have to clear inventory space, because your group will leave you. Bounty trains are very fast. Another tip, make sure you have an nth metal detector running. It's free nth metal during this whole bounty train, so make sure you have one of those active. A bounty train is, in my opinion, the fastest source mark method, but you can only do it once per week. If you're a new account, this is your first time doing it, you want to make sure you have all your episodes and intro missions unlocked. That way you don't do these missions and don't get the source marks for them. I like to make my own groups for everything because it is a lot faster and smoother. But if you look and pay attention to chat, you will see starting bounty train in Central City. You can just hit up that person and ask for invite. Throughout the whole bounty train, you want to pay attention to chat because some people like to skip. Some people don't have the episode with Man-Bat on it, but for the most part, everyone's going to start at tier 5 and they're going to end at tier 7. Some people stop at Kanzia City, some people finish all the way to Frozen Mogo, but the main bounty train starts at Central City and ends in Apocalyptic Gotham. Now, I just want to pause it right here really fast. Like I said, making a group is very easy. You just got to text in LFG chat a few times. And the roles aren't very important here. You really need one healer and good DPS. Just a lot to burn the boss. If you have a troll, that's just even better. If you have a tank, that's even better. You don't need it, but it's cool to have, you know? So whether you're waiting for a group or you have a group already, you're going to grab this challenge right here. It's called Weekly Applied Science. You're going to see an exclamation mark above her head. Just grab that one and then run straight over here to the first boss. Now, like I said, this is where people will be waiting. You might see a few people or a whole group here, but grab this challenge for the first boss. Usually when I do make a group, I stand right here just in case I can find somebody coming through and I can invite them. The first boss right here, everybody kills, but the first challenge that I picked up at spawn, it's to close these 4 gates. Not every group runs them. You'll see when you fight and kill the first boss, you'll see half the group either run to the left, which means they're gonna go close the gates, or they're just gonna run straight over here and go straight to the House of Legends. Just pay attention to your minimap after your first kill. I wouldn't be the first one to spawn out, but I wouldn't be the last either. But if you do notice your team's going back to the house, run straight back to this teleporter fast as you can. So tier 5, episode 32, Titan's Island, and you just want to go in order. Now I'm making this video because each map is kind of different on like where you grab the challenges. So if you're stuck on a part, just come to that part on the video. But on this map, you have 2 that you grab, and then you run to the first boss, which is right here. When you and your group kill him, then you're gonna run to the second boss and just pay attention to where your group is going. A lot of people know where he's at. He usually spawns right here. And then when you kill Gizmo, now you can run back up to the Titan Tower and grab your rewards. Some rewards do auto claim and you get your source marks, and then some rewards you have to go back and pick up. If you need to pick them up, they'll have a green question mark above their head, but you just run back, you push circle on it if you see the the question mark, and then don't use that teleporter like me. It'll take you to the bottom. You just want to use your warp menu and then spawn to the house. And then you should already know what to do from here. You just run to the teleporter as fast as you can, and then you're gonna go to the next episode. Getting to the next episode and grabbing your challenges is where you have to be fast, because like I said, bounty trains move fast and you don't want to get left. So grab your challenge and get to your group as fast as you can so you don't miss out. And then make sure you jump out of it. First boss is Mother, and she'll either be to the right or the left of this tunnel right here. And then once you kill, you're gonna fly or swim or whatever this is way over here to defeat Brine, which is right here. And then as soon as the group defeats Brine, you're gonna swim all the way back, because I know for sure these challenges don't auto claim, so you have to grab them yourself. And then once you grab the challenges, you can go ahead and spawn out of here. And if this is your first bounty train, please don't click off of this video right here, because by the time you get to Thanger, you will be confused. And this next one is pretty easy. You just go in order. And I didn't know where to grab the challenges for a while, so I'll go ahead and show you guys that really fast. These next 4 episodes, I would say, where people get lost, and for different reasons. Starting off with Chaos Gotham, you have to go through another teleporter to find the challenges. And then 2 of the bosses that you kill, you have to find them because they don't spawn at the same location every time. So when your group is all split up and running around the map, they're just looking for the boss. Most likely, they'll text in the chat. Whoever finds it first will say, boss is on me. And then just look at your minimap, find the person who said it, and run to them. But to get to your challenges, you're going to use that teleporter. There's going to be one right here. There's going to be one on the wall right here, this little console. And then there's going to be 2 or 3 more right here. I already have them claimed, so that's why I don't see them. And then you're going to make your way to the first boss, which is right over here. Actually over here, I'm a little lost because I don't have the journal to tell me, but it's right here, first boss. And then you'll see everybody immediately run over here in this direction, because all the bosses spawn over here. Don't be that player with no group and still trying to do a bounty train. Yes, you can get it done with random groups that run by, but don't do it solo. Just get a group way faster. Now, first boss most likely will be right here. Now, my razor accidentally procced and killed the ad off of the circle, but don't be me. You don't want to make it hard. When one ad spawns, you want to kill them on the circle that isn't lit up. Once you light up all the circles, then the boss will spawn. Then once you kill that one, there's one more boss on this map. Yes, some maps have 3. And you see that green patch right here? They look like that. That's where the boss will spawn. And there will be 2 ads there with red skulls above their heads. That's where your group will meet up, and then they'll kill the boss. Once you do that, you spawn back and you pick up your rewards, because this one does not auto claim. Then you can warp back to the House of Legends. Now, some of y'all might get lost right here, because I can't even count how many times I've been in a group and half the group doesn't have this next episode. I don't know if it was taken out for them, like a PC versus console thing, but a lot of people don't have this episode. If you don't, just go to the next episode and wait for the group. It'll be like 2 to 3 minutes and they'll be there. But if you do have the episode Metal Gotham City, you're just going to want to run over, get your challenges. Same thing as always. Run over here, talk to any exclamation mark you have. There'll be one on that console, one at Robin right here, and then one is over by the boss that you defeat. And I know I don't know why all challenges aren't like this, but this one you don't have to grab and it auto claims. So once you defeat the boss, you'll automatically get the source marks for this one kill. So I don't even really need to show you where it's at, but that's where one boss is. And then the last boss on this episode is under this bridge right here. He'll spawn, I think on this side. And then once you kill, you want to run back and you want to get your reward for that kill that you just did under the bridge. And it's the challenge that was on top of the thing that I grabbed from Robin. That's where the reward will be. Then you want to warp out and go to the next episode. And this is also where people get lost, because with Thanger, you want to kill the boss, and then the next boss takes so long to spawn in, and he spawns in the same exact spot. So people kill the boss and then they leave and they come back to this episode. So you want to grab those two challenges, and then this one right here on top of the bridge. I remember for my first 3 months, I killed this boss right here, and I didn't get the reward because I didn't know it was on the bridge. You don't have to grab this reward yet because you'll come back. So once you kill, just spawn back to the house. And you're going to go to the next episode. Every bounty train group does this, so you don't have to ask or anything. This is what they do. They kill first boss on Thanger, then you go to BOP Metropolis. Now I'm trying to cut down a lot of time for you guys so you aren't getting left behind, because my first 5 bounty trains, I missed a few bosses here and there. I want to make sure you get all of them, so you want to grab this challenge right here. And then for some reason, this one's bugged out. There is a challenge right here, and the reward will be there when you kill the boss. You're not going to be able to grab one either. It's just going to be lowest lane right there. Use this teleporter to spawn to the first boss. Now, first boss is right here, and the reward is right here. Then once you kill first boss, you're going to run over here to the second and the last one on this episode. Most episodes have 2 bosses, some have 3, and then you have episodes like Patchwork Themyscira that have 4 or 5 bosses. So you don't want to just kill 2 and then immediately spawn out. You want to make sure you got them all. This one right here, make sure you grab the challenge. Then you kill, and he's right here. Then make sure when you kill him, you go back and grab your reward. Then you run back to the spawn so you can grab your lowest lane reward. You can use the little teleporter right here, and it'll just spawn you up to the top of the building. And then you're going to go back up to lowest lane. It will not show a question mark, but you just hold circle over her and you'll get the source marks. It's a very weird bug that has been around for a long time. But once you do that, then you can spawn back to the house. And just like I said before, you finish BOP. So now you're going to go back to Thanger, because by now that second boss will be up to fight in the same location. So now just run back over to where you killed the first boss at, and you want to get there very fast. You don't know how many groups are there and how fast the boss will die, but the second boss will be right there. Then you want to grab your rewards, and then once you grab your rewards, then you can go ahead, teleport back to the house, and then skip BOP because you already finished BOP. So you're going to go to the episode after BOP. So when you get back to this teleporter and you go to tier 5, you might notice one thing, which is there's no more episodes because you finished BOP. So go to tier 6, Patchwork Themyscira, which is the last kind of confusing episode there is. Everything else is pretty much in order, but this one has a lot of challenges that you have to pick up. You want to go to all these, especially the statue, and then you want to go up to this little room up here, grab that one. Then this is the teleporter you need to use. So you want to check your mini map, see what part is highlighted purple. That's what boss fight is going. Check the teleporter name and then go to that location. It won't be in order. It's just depending on what boss you're at. But then when you fight and kill the boss, then you can go in order in the teleporter, because your group will all be at the same spot. So you just want to kill the boss at each location I'm going through right now. And you might just have to wait a little bit. The spawns here take about 5 minutes for each boss to come up. But then once you go through all those, you kill them, make sure you grab your rewards. Because if you don't grab your rewards, you will just have source marks sitting there, and once you claim them, then you have to wait again. So it's just a waste. You want to make sure you claim them. Don't do your bounty train and then tell yourself, oh, I'll come back later and grab my rewards. Just go ahead and pick them up. But once you finish there, you just want to go to the next episode, and you want to go in order. Everything has for the pretty much the same things, teleporters and different locations that you go. Just constantly check your map if you're lost, see where your group is at, and if you notice that your group isn't there, then text them, ask in the group chat, hey, where are we at? Nobody's gonna make fun of you because you lost track. You know, it's normal. Just ask, make sure you stay with the group. Don't waste time trying to find the group and you're going to the wrong episode. Just ask them if you're lost. And when you're done with the bounty train, you'll have a lot of source marks. You'll have a lot of boxes to open for gear, whether you salvage it or just sell it or whatever you do. It's all beneficial. I'm an endgame player and I still get very good things from bounty trains, styles too, auras. But once a real bounty train is going to go from T5 to tier 7 and end at Apocalyptic Gotham. Most people already have Kanzia and Mogo, Frozen Mogo, Mournful Mogo done already, or they like to do those with their league mates. You can ask in the group if they're going to keep going, but most bounty groups end at Apocalyptic Gotham. So if people start leaving your group after Apocalyptic, that's why. But I didn't know what bounty trains were for a while. I seen it in LFG chat, need roles for bounty groups, and I just didn't know what it was. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. I do run bounty groups. I run multiple bounty groups on Tuesdays or Fridays, depending on how many people I have. I like to get my league mate and we both start our own group. That way we have more people at each boss fight. So if you guys need help, just hit me up in the comments. I'm really trying to grow this channel, not for views, not for money, not for anything, but more people to play with. So let's get it. Let's try to get this game back on the maps, even more than it is. W7 out.
Trying to make it to your crib.